Hello friends, I welcome you to this new session on basic course of real estate project registration in MahaRERA. We started the session on 10th of June 2024 and we will be ending after 22 sessions. Today you have a presenter who will take up the issues and then a question answer will be there at the end. This session we had to organize because we were receiving a lot of requests across India from the chartered accountant who want to enter into the new area of practice to start this basic course so that they can enter into the advanced courses. We have conducted n number of advanced RERA courses, number of books on RERA has been done, and cooperatives, redevelopment, GST, income tax, NPO, cooperatives, so many programs have been done. So this is the opportunity for you to comment, give us the suggestion so that we can do the course. Similarly, we are also agreed to take up so many courses physical at different places, residential programs. So whatever you want, if we get more than 20 to 25 participants, we will be happy to host that program. Our aim is to empower each one of you to enter into area of practice, and wherever you get difficulties, we are there to help you.
Welcome to our fifth session, which is on our basic RERA registration course. And today we have with us speaker CA Mithali Garg, who will be giving us the whole guidance regarding the login details and how to go about the registration. How does it practically look on the website when we register a project, and what is to be steps to be taken while the prevention and precautions should be taken while registering the project. So with this, I hand over the mic to CA Mithali Garg. Just to give you a brief intro, she will be speaking on this topic for the first time, and she is a presenter for the first time. So a huge round of applause for that itself. And I know she will take us through the whole login details throughout the project registration. You all can definitely ask us in this chat box any questions if you have regarding the project registration, login details, or anything. We have with us CA Shashank Jain also, who is the panelist and has been part of this whole registration course right from the beginning. He will also definitely be guiding you all if you all require any kind of help. So with this, I hand over the mic to CA Mithali Garg. You can take it forward from here.
Thank you, Shailesh sir, for kind information and kind of introduction. I'm really thankful to you. And first, let me begin with thank you, Prabhu sir, for taking such an initiative to guide us on such an important topic through this series of lecture and giving me an opportunity to present myself and to share my knowledge what I have. And I am special thanks to CA Shashank sir, who encouraged me to give this presentation. I'm really thankful to you all. Now let us start with our topic. A small brief about myself. I am CA Mithali Garg and I am currently working as CA Shashank Arjun and Associates. And I am also a member of RERA Study Group 2024 and 25. This is a small brief about myself. Now let us begin. Now today's topic is project login, filing details and department process, area, revenue sharing, promoters, layout and phases, etc. First off, this is the small index what I have prepared that to know the topics which we are going to learn about this. So first let's create new account. First of all, let's visit to official website of MahaRERA, that is maharera.it.mahaonline.gov.in to log in the page. If you already have the account, then fill the username and password, then you will be able to log in. But here we are here to learn new RERA registration. So we have to click here RERA registration. After RERA registration, when we click on RERA new registration, then we will see this screen. We have to select a user type out of promoter, real estate agent and complainant. We are registering for the promoter, that's why we are selecting promoter. Now select the state or union territory. We will select Maharashtra here. Then select username. You can choose any username. There is no restriction for the username. But for password, there is some restriction. We should remember this. Password should be a combination of minimum 8 characters, at least one uppercase letter, one lowercase letter, one number, and one special character. Then you have to confirm this password. Then enter email ID and mobile number of the client. Always remember, you should always write the email ID and mobile number of the client, not your email ID or mobile number. So that all the important information will also shared with the client. Then one small note about from my side, that before you click the create username, you should always contact with the client that he is accessible to that email id, because many a times happens now, he might be traveling or he might be having an internet issue, then he might not have the access to that email id. So he should be, because it is valid for just 24 hours. Then after he will click, he will activate the link, then there will be, we will see this kind of a screen where you can type the username, password, followed by the captcha, then you can log in the id. Here first we will see this kind of screen. Here are the details of the sros. It is mandatory to get registered yourself, get registered the project, and take the membership number here from the one of the SROs. You can take any membership number from one of the SROs which are displayed here. After that, on the left panel, click on account. There will be account button. Then you have to click there. Then click on my profile to access this screen. After this screen is displayed, you have to type information type. If you are an individual, then you have to fill the details of an individual. That is first name, middle name, last name, PAN card, father full name, Aadhaar number. Middle name is not that mandatory. If you want to put, you can, but it is not mandatory. Every star mark here is mandatory details you want to put here. If promoter has any past experience, then you can click on yes. If no, then you can click on no. But if you click on yes now, then after there is a past experience details, they will need to know. That tab will open automatically. When you take the membership number of SRO, you have to fill the details here and click on this check button, that is this button. Then you have to save this action. After that, you will, if you have to register other than individual, then you have to click on other than individual. Then you have to fill the details of other than individual, that is you have to select organization type. It can be partnership firm, it can be LLP, it can be society, it can be trust. Out of it, you have to choose according to your preference. Preference matlab, I mean to say which you are the organization type. Then you have to type here the name of the organization, then PAN card of the organization. If organization has any past experience, then it should be yes, or otherwise no, same as individual. Then you have to fill the details accordingly here, like house number, building number. This is the official communication details you have to fill here. Suppose you are the partner of the firm, or example, I'm just giving the example, then all the details should come here. Now in next screen, you will have to fill the details of contact details, like a authorized partner or something, like authorized representative. Who is the authorized representative? You have to fill the details here. Just remember, photograph of the promoter, which should be in JPEG format. Size of the document should be less than 1 MB. As I told you earlier, that if a promoter has any past experience here, then this tab will automatically get opened. Then you have to fill the details here. I will give you a small brief about this. A brief details of the project launched and completed by the promoter in last 5 years across India. It is all over pan India, not in a Maharashtra or something else. It is across the India. Then you have to type the project name of that project which he has experienced, not current project. Just remember that. And the project type, address, land area, number of building plots, number of apartments, total cost in NRI, plot bearing CTS number, survey number, final plot number. Or here you have to type the original proposed date of the completion. And if he has taken any extension or something, then actual completion date, when the project has been completed, then you have to mention the date here. Then update the experience here. Then you will get all the details here. Now creating the new project. On left panel, you will see the project details. Then you have to click add project. Here project status should be new project, as we are creating for the new project. Then you have to type the name of the project. Just remember, recheck again and again the project name, because many times happens na document might be in another name and project name might be in another name. Then it will be a hustle for you to change the project name. Then select project type. It can be residential, it can be commercial, or it can be plotted, anything else or other. If it is other, then you can have residential plus commercial. Then here you have to type proposed date of completion. Litigation related, if there any litigation related to the if there is any litigation related to the project, then say yes. If no, then you have to be create no. If there is litigation of the project, then there is one tab in the project details that automatically gets opened. And if there is any landowner or investor for the project, then you have to click yes on this side. Then there will is a landowner project details tab, which is also get opened here. I would like to bring attention here that if your project falls in the MCGM jurisdiction and the file is processed online, then plot bearing number, CTS number, survey number, file plot number is automatically captured. Here you can see the details here. Here you can see the details of land details. So you have to fill the land details here. First of all, you have to fill the details of plot bearing number, CTS number, survey number, plot number, and remember it should match with the commencement certificate, legal title report, and also your layout plan. Then you have to type area of the plot. It should match with your legal title report and also with your layout plan. Then total recreational open space as per sanction plan, it should be as per layout plan. It is mentioned there. Total building count, number of building count you are building to build, it should match with layout plan. Sanction building count, number of building which are sanctioned. I will give here an example that if you have you are willing to build 5 buildings, but you get sanction building gets sanctioned for 3 buildings, then you in total building count you have to write 5, in sanction building count you have to write 3, and in proposed but not sanctioned building count you have to type 2. Be cautious here that once you have entered the total number of building count, then you cannot change it after the project get registered. You have to change in corrections. So be caution here. Now coming forward, building you should mention the boundaries of the plot: east, west, north, south. In our usual practice, what we do now, we always mention boundaries in legal and finance encumbrance declaration also. So it would be easy to recheck by them. Now coming to the FSI details and address in the new project. FSI details, in case the sanctioned FSI is different than what is proposed to be consumed by the promoter, then the proposed FSI shall be disclosed at the time of registration. As and when the FSI is sanctioned, the same shall be uploaded on website of the authority by the promoter from the time to time. Then you have to mention the address details of the project. You have to mention here the details and the address of the project here. And what the address you are putting here, it should match with all your documents which you are uploading. It should be get matched with that. Then coming to separate bank account details. You in this tab you have to fill the details of RERA designated bank account, that is 70% account, not 100% account or either 30% account. It should be mentioned in 70% account, and it should match with format A as specified in order number 34 of MahaRERA. There you have to mention a declaration of a separate bank account. You have to prepare on the letterhead of the promoter, and it should be signed and stamped by the promoter. That format A you have to upload on declaration, that is an upload documents to be uploaded side. So it should match all the documents should match here. Bank account number should be mentioned with bank account number should mention with table E of form 3. Form 3 which is child accountant issue, there is table E that should be get matched. There we used to mention bank account number or 70% account. It should be get matched here also. Then click on add project to save the profile. Then here we will create the new project. Now coming to landowner investor details. Under project details, there is a landowner investor details. Fill all the requirements like project name. First, you have to select the project name, then promoter name, then type of the promoter, landowner, investor. It can be any individual, it can be company, or it can be partnership firm, it can be society or other. You have to select here. Then fill the details of address for official communications. For example, there is a society, there is a chairman or there is a secretary. You have to fill the details of that person here, and also you have to fill the contact details of that person here. Once you select the appropriate option, type of agreement or arrangement, that is revenue share or area sharing, then you have to select one of this. If you select the area sharing, you have to mention the bank details of landowner also. Then click on add project, and you will get all the details of the landowner or investor here, and you can save this. It will automatically get saved here. After that, you have to upload some of the documents here. Like, you will see this screen where you have to upload some of the documents such as copy of development agreement, MOU executed with the landowner, promoter, investor, promoter. And in declaration in the form B, that is copy of affidavit in form B format, signed and authorized signed by the authorized person, and should be stamped and should be serially notarized. If there are more than, always remember that if there are more than one landowner and all the landowners have given authority to the promoter for the compliance of the registration, then on the behalf of landowner, promoter will sign form 3, and you can upload this form 3 in all the landowners documents. You don't have to prepare form B for individual landowners. You can prepare just one form 3, and you can upload all this form B to all the landowners documents. Then going to add building, first you have to select project name here, then you have to type the name of the building here. So what is the building name? You have to type. Proposed date of completion, you should have there might be case where there are many buildings. So there might, for an example, a project may contain building A, B, C, D, and all the building completion date might be different. So you can have the proposed date of completion for different building, different completion date. You can type here. Number of basement, number of plinth, number of podium, number of stills, you have to all covered here. In building details, identification of building must match with the sanction plan. Then coming to apartment details. In apartment details, there might be apartment type. It can be 1 BHK, it can be 2 BHK, it can be 3 BHK, or any other. If you have, just say, for an example, 4 BHK or for more than that, then there is an option other. Then you can mention here, this is 4 BHK building, 4 BHK apartment, and then you can type that carpet area. That should be RERA carpet area. Then you have to select proposed number of apartment, then number of apartment booked, sold, allotted here. See, I have given an example. There is 2 BHK apartment type who has carpet area 75, and number of apartment of that carpet area 2 BHK type apartment type, there is 20 number of apartment. You have to type here 20. But remember, always remember, number of apartments booked, sold, allotted should be always be 0. At the time of registration, it is always 0.
Mithali, before you go ahead, I just want to say ki thank you so much for putting so much efforts in taking the screenshots of each and every all the slides which is there, what you have mentioned. You have taken proper detailed photos also, and giving step by step guidance as to all the new people also, and also the experienced people also, if they have missed out something. So thank you so much for that. And people are asking the questions also in the chat box. So Shashank Jain, he is taking care of the questions. But as far as the presentation is going, everyone is enjoying it, because it is very detailed oriented, and you have highlighted almost everything related to registration. And I guess going forward also you will cover almost everything. So yes, you can continue going forward. Just wanted to say thank you so much for this.
Thank you, Shreyas. Thank you. Then you should repeat above procedure for all the number of buildings in the project. If the number of building in the project is more than one, apartment details. Here the apartment details should be as per architect certificate. Just remember architect certificate. It should match with architect certificate. You have to take before starting the project. You have to take architect certificate mentioning apartment details. Just remember there is a form 3 which is of course signed by the chartered accountant. There is a table C. There you have to mention all the apartment details. Then it should get matched with here also. Then coming to common area and facilities. Under project details tab, click on common area and facilities. Here you have to fill the details of covered parking in number. Suppose you have 100 proposed, number of units booked, but in I think in starting you don't have, you can't book the number, you can't book the parking, so you don't put anything, you just have to put here 0. Process of work doing in percentage, number of garage in numbers, you have all details you have to put here. And remember you should always match with your layout plan. Then going forward, there is a development work. Remember this tab is exact replica of table B given in form 1. Form 1 is issued by architect, so it is just exact replica of that. If the promoter wants to add more details about the facilities, then he can click add more and he can type more details about his project. After filing all the details, click on save to save the details. Now coming forward, project professional details. Here you have to select the project name. Project name by drop down button. You will select that project which you want to fill the details. Now you have to select, you have to write here RERA certificate number of real estate agent. Once you click here, once you type here certificate number, the details automatically gets filled here. If he is registered with MahaRERA, remember if he is registered with MahaRERA, then automatically all the details get filled here. Then get plus sign, then it will automatically get saved. Then similarly, you have to fill the details of architect, engineer, chartered accountant, everyone. Always remember the form for chartered accountant for form 3 and form 5 are different. So you have to fill the two names of chartered accountant, who is issuing form 3 and who is issuing form 5. The details will come here accordingly. You can save the details of this professional. Then coming to project litigations. I have earlier told you that once you click on yes button, if there is any litigation on the project, then you have to, this tab will automatically get opened. Then for what project there is a litigation, you have to select here name of the court where the litigation is going on, then you have to, this will come here. Then type of case, petition filed, case number, when, in which year the petition has filed, whether any preventive injunction interim order is passed. If yes, then you have to click yes. If no, no. What is the current status of the litigation? You have to select here, right here, and you can add. If there any litigation, that must be disclosed in legal encumbrance declaration, form B, and legal title report. Then you have to add this litigation. Okay, I hope everybody getting it. Now coming to project cost. I would like to tell you that this project cost is exact replica of form 3 which is issued by the chartered accountant. You have to fill the details of fill the details of estimated total amount, which is table A of form 3. You have to fill all the details here, which is also in table A. In actual total amount in rupees, you have to fill the details here, which is Form B of Form 3, Table B of Form 3, I'm really sorry, Table B of Form 3. And this is basically consists of total cost, land cost and development cost.
Ramesh Prabhu also joining us.
CA Mithali, Garg, CA Shashank, Jain, of course, CA Shailesh Prabhu. You have been doing a wonderful thing. Now, I only would say that you have started presenting very nicely each point, and I request each of the participants to go through it. And then, of course, he will share the PPT that will also help you. And there are questions which Shashank Jain has done more than 300 project registration. He will practically deal with you. What are the issues that comes in, so that practically he will be able to answer. So we will give more, importance to the question answer. You can ask the questions in the chat box if required. You can also, he will allow you to open the things also. Raj, don't worry, all the questions will be answered. Okay. Thank you very much. I request you to get to the subject proper. All the best. Yeah. Thank you.
Mithali, one question which people were asking was that if during the whole registration process, if there are some detail which is given by a client, but there are some detail which is not given by a client, then can we stop it in the middle and then continue forward, or what should we do in that case?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, so some people were asking that during the whole registration process, if we have certain details available with us, but certain details the client has not given us. So can we stop the registration in the middle and then continue from in the middle, or do you have to do the whole registration one go itself?
No. You can stop the process there because you have to fill the correct details. You can't fill the something. You have to fill correct details, and then every star mark that is mandatory. If you don't have that details, you can't put details there, na. So you can't go forward.
Okay, so going to go forward, we need to put in the correct details only. But
Yes.
if supposingly, for example, if some details is put in, for example, wrong name has been put in or something like, can we correct those details also later on?
See, you have registered the project. Once you register the project, you can't change anything. If you have not registered the project and you keep it hold, you can definitely change the project. But project name, there will be whole the application will get deleted itself.
Okay.
So you have to take a care of that. You have to type a correct project name. Then you have to fill the details.
Okay.
Shashank, you can add. I'll tell you, when you are doing a registration of a project, once you have a login and password created, all the fields are kept open. They are all saved on your desktop on an cloud. But that does not get submitted to the authority. It gets to the submitted to the authority only when you make the payment. Till you don't make the payment of the registration, the authority does not accept any document. So all this remains as a draft mode. We have the email, which is getting saved in the draft mode. Till we don't send it. Same way, it will remain in a draft mode. Because it is in a draft mode, any detail can be changed other than login and password and the name of the project. Okay. I think I have answered your question. So the best thing would be always call for all the details, have it trial done, and get it verified from your juniors before you submit the documents for the payment. Shresh, are you clear now?
Yes. Yes,
You can go
I
ahead.
think so. One practice which we also follow is once the whole registration inputs have been put in from one person, we give it to some other person also to verify those details, so that during registration itself, no details have been missed out and all details are correct and proper.
Now coming to documents upload. While uploading the documents, first you have to select the project name. Always remember PAN card, which is you have to upload the PAN card. It should be readable PAN card, and it should be signed and stamped by authorized person. And the PAN card should match with your application, which you have, which I have shared in the first screen. That should be matched with that application. Then you have to upload the copy of legal title report. Legal title report is issued by advocate, so it should be on advocate's letterhead, and there is a format described for it, format A of circular number 28/2021. So it should be in that format. The entire flow of the title should be mentioned in the legal title report. Details of the plot area, CTS number, survey number should match with the application. Landowner's details should match with the application and development agreement. Then coming to details of encumbrance, you have to upload two types of encumbrance. First is legal and anything is, then second one is finance, legal and finance. In finance, you have to fill the details if you have taken any loan from any bank or from anyone. You have to show there, that will match with your survey report. And the legal encumbrance, if any there is any litigation going on the project or any promoter, then you have to describe there. And if there is no encumbrance, then you can simply write there is no encumbrance related to the project. In copy of layout approval, the sanction plan duly signed by planning authority. Many times what happen that when we layout plan might be on larger MB and it will take only 2 MBs. So when we split layout plan, there might be a case where the sign of the authority gets automatically deleted. So you have to be cautious that the sign of the planning authority should be there. Otherwise, the query might be displayed that there is no sign of the planning authority or anything like that. In case of larger layout, highlight the plot area for which you are registering. For example, there might be a case that you have the 3 buildings A, B, C, and you are registering for A building. Then you have to highlight that part only. We are registering for A building, so it will be easy to then for check. Then sanction BUA, floor still and things, it should always everything should get matched with the registration. Then going forward, the commencement certificate, copy of CC and sanction plan is mailed by the competent authority to the registered email ID as mentioned in order number 45. Promoter mail ID must be marked as CC for follow-up. Now coming forward, declaration in Form B. Form B should be on ₹100 stamp paper, duly signed and stamped, and this registered notary with serial number 1. Just remember, there you have to mention the completion date of the project, which is in the serial number 3, and it should match with your application. Here, architect certificate, I have given a description about architect certificate, but it is not a mandatory to upload the document. It is just for your reference. And in same case, engineer certificate, you don't have to upload the engineer certificate at the time of registration. But I would like to tell you that architect certificate that will describe the percentage of work completed as per approval plan. And engineer certificate that is Form 2, which describe that estimated cost for completing the project as per approved plan. It is not a mandatory document. Then coming to CA certificate, that is Form 3, as everybody knows about it, I think so, that CA certificate, but I will give a small description about that. In table A, which is estimated cost, that should be reconciled with the application, which I had talked you earlier. In table B, actual cost incurred should reconcile with the application. Table C, number of units and the type of unit should reconcile with the registration application and approved plan. At the time of registration, unsold inventory should be calculated as RERA carpet area multiplied by ready reckoner rate with no floor rise. In table B, we will mention the RERA designated bank account that should also match with format A, declaration about the separate bank account, which I already talked with you earlier.
If you can go to the previous slide once again,
Yeah.
Mithali?
Yeah.
Yes. Just to give you a brief, everyone, regarding the CA certificate and Form 3, we had an expert panel discussion on Friday itself with CA Sunil Nayak, CA Karan Mehendiratta, CA Ashish Agarwal, and me as the moderator. We had the same on Friday. So we had a very detailed discussion, and the same recording is available on the YouTube channel also. So if anyone has very detailed questions or any clarification regarding the form 3 as to how to prepare it, what all precautions as a chartered accountant we should do, and how do what all are the cost which we have to put in which table we have to put in. So in that session we have covered it in detail. Today, because of course due to the lack of time and the topic is regarding login details, we will not be able to cover that much in detail, but you can definitely check out that YouTube video wherein the whole form 3 has been discussed in detail.
That is agreement for sale. Uh, Agreement for sale should be as per annexure, which is under MahaRERA rule number 10.1, and the plot number, project name, CTS number, survey, which is mentioned in agreement for sale, should match with your CC. There are some non-negotiable clause as per order number 38 should be taken care of. If there are any deviation or any additional clause, highlight the same. Blanket consent should not be taken for change, modification, verification of sanction plan and additional construction. Allotment letter. It should be as per format given in MahaRERA or order number 31. 31. And coming to deviation sheet of agreement for sale and allotment letter, it should be a promoter's letterhead first of all, and it should be signed and stamped by authorized person. If there is no deviation, then just mention no deviation and upload the document. Now coming to task activity, here first you have to select the project, then first select the project and then select the building of that respective project. I would like to tell you here that for different building you have to fill the details differently. This tab has to be separately filled in for each building in the project. Suppose there are 5 buildings, A, B, C, D, E, F. 5 buildings. There is 5 buildings. Then you have to fill all the details accordingly for each building separately. And it is exact replica of table A of form 1, that is certificate given by the architect.
So you mean to say if there are supposingly in one project, suppose for the ABC housing this society is one which I'm making, in which there are 5 different wings. So I have to make new 5 different buildings and add details of all 5 different wings altogether.
Yeah, Shailesh. Earlier I have told you that you have to mention different buildings in building details.
Yes.
So there will be the different buildings. So there might be case where suppose there is 5 buildings, as I told you.
Yes.
The first building get completed fully, for an example.
Yes.
And building 2 have not started. Then you have to fill the details accordingly.
So under one project, if there are 5 different buildings, then we have to select all different 5 buildings and update the excavation
Yes.
number of basement separately for each building.
Each building accordingly.
Okay.
Then you can save the profile. Then coming to just after this, your mostly your full registration will get completed. Then coming to the payment part. This is the last part of our registration. On the left panel, click on payment, and under this step, after uploading all the documents, you can review the entire application uploaded. You can verify there that what you have uploaded. If there you have uploaded anything wrong, you can still change the change accordingly.
Mithali, just like to add that we as a chartered accountant, I think so here we should make a review, maker checker concept in this review application, that the person who has completed the whole application should not be the one reviewing it. It should be someone else from the from our team, so that there are 2 different eyes taking view of the whole application, so that if supposingly if someone has missed out on something or some just a small error, like for example email id putting of email id or putting in the cost, maybe due to human error we can add an extra 0 or subtract a 0 or something like that. It's humanly possible also. So if there is another reviewer in place, he can review it properly, so that while registering it there is no unnecessary query which comes to our this for our registration process.
I would like to add one more thing. Shreyas, normally what we do, we send the application to the client also If the client has a accounts team or the client is well versed with all things, we send the application to him to verify. We take their signature on that application and get that scan copy for our record, and then we proceed.
Yeah, this acts like a more verification and validation and confirmation from the client that we are going based on their confirmation only, and so that we are not held responsible if there is anything wrong also which is done.
After verifying the same as we have discussed here, then click on payment button. Then you can make the payment to the authority. I have given a screenshot of registration fees payable to MahaRERA on registration of the project. At the time of registration, it is rupees 100, it is rupees 10 per square meter of land, and it is minimum 10,000 per project, maximum 10 lakh per project. In the case of for if you are registering for residential, commercial, or mixed use of building project, and for plotting development project, it is rupees per square meter of plottable land area, and minimum rupees 10,000 per project, maximum 10 lakh per project. So thank you everyone, and I'm conclude here. If there is any query, we would like to take here.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mithali, for the whole presentation. Like I mentioned in the middle also, that you have covered everything which is regarding the registration, right from scratch, right from the login details till the payment also. Whatever we as a chartered accountant, during the registration have to keep in mind, and what all details we have to put in which all tabs. So thank you so much for giving a beautiful presentation like this. And I hope everyone has understood in depth regarding the whole registration process. Someone has asked in the chat box that if there is a joint development kind of an a system, then will there be two login ID, separate login IDs, or in one only there will be both the login IDs?
As of now, there is only one login ID
Yes.
under MahaRERA.
Okay, so for even if there is a joint kind of development, each promoter will have only one login ID.
Only one login ID. The developer will have the login ID, and any one of would be a co-promoter.
Co-promoters. Okay, so all promoters will share one login ID only. One question has come that if the builder is an entity, like you mentioned, company or LLP, then profile should be in LLP or the company's name, or it should be on the individual's name. If the project is under, suppose for example, ABC Limited, and the promoter is the individual, so in the this details, it will be the ABC Limited, or it will be in the name of the individual.
Shashank sir, can you guide for this?
No, if the permissions and all are in the name of LLP, then LLP will be registered under other than individual.
Otherwise,
So,
if it's in the name of the individual, then it will come as an individual.
yes, under organization tab, you will get firm, LLP, company, trust, all other options you will get in the organization type,
Yeah.
other than individual.
Just before we conclude this session also, I want to give this mic to CA Shashank. And Shashank, if you would like to guide the chartered accountants regarding what all are certain key aspects which we should ensure during registration of the project, so that these are some important points which we should know and keep in mind while registering the project, so that we do not forget these important crucial points. Any tips or guidance like that?
Whenever any project we start for registration, first we need to understand okay, what kind of project it is. It is self-redevelopment, it is a joint development agreement, whether it is a landowner and promoter application. So after understanding the commercial, then we can start the registration, which gives a better idea what precautions we have to take. We should check the sanction plan at the start if there are two wings or there is a single wing, up to what floors he have got an approval, how much FSI he will consume as per the norms. Apart from that, we need to know okay, whether it is in the MCGM jurisdiction, which is online, or it is offline. In MCGM also SRA is offline, Thana jurisdiction is offline, Kalyan is offline. In that case, we have to inform the client in advance that your plan and your CC has to be mailed to the RERA authority at their designated email ID, so we can follow up with the SRO once our application is done, so that the time gap, we can reduce the time gap in that case.
Yeah, so I think so. Yeah, keeping in mind the documents which is there and the kind of agreement which is there regarding the promoter and the landowner, that also we need to understand whether it's a revenue sharing model or a area sharing model. or anything like that, that also we should ensure that we keep in mind before registering itself. Any other tips and guidance regarding, for example, during the land cost, while adding in details of regarding the land cost, the cost of the project, or anything like that?
Normally now, what RERA is looking after when we issue a Form 3, if there is a 12-floor building and the cost, what we put in table A, the estimated cost, should match with your approved plan. If it is approved for 3 floors, 6 floors, then your cost should be restricted to that 3 floors or 6 floors. Earlier, we used to put 12 floors ka entire cost in table A and it was approved. Now, in few cases, we have been observed that they have given us the query why there is so much difference in your cost and the table C inventory. So it depends again case to case and officer to officer.
Yeah.
Again, when the unsold inventory is given, so earlier when we used to give under the ready reckoner rate, we used to give the floor rise 1.1 and all that stuff, 10 floors and above high rise and all. But now they are insisting that it should, the carpet area should be multiplied with the ready reckoner rate. We should not give any floor rise. So it is easy for them to verify. So these are very small things, but a small error delays the project registration by minimum 7 to 10 days.
Yeah.
So these are what we have learned over a period, but every new registration gives a new experience. So
Yeah,
when we
so
think
it's like that only. There is no standard as such. Of course, we need to take certain precautions so that unnecessary queries do not come into our picture and the client registration does not get delayed. So there are of course certain standards and prerequisites which we should do as professionals. And one more question which someone has raised is कि how much time does it usually take for the whole registration to take place, to happen? Like for example, if today I start with the login ID details and from there till the payment, and once I do the payment, then after how much time will the whole process take place?
once we do the payment, I'll start with that. Once we do the payment and the time for getting the RERA certificate, it normally takes 25 to 40 working days. 25 to 40 days in all, not
Yeah.
working days, 25 to 40 working days. As far as the pre-part is concerned, okay, once we have done the deal with the promoter, but how fast we are getting that information from the client is very important because we have to get the feasibility report from the architect who is going to give us the estimate cost. We will need legal title report from an advocate. We will need an agreement for sale, allotment letter and deviation to agreement and deviation to allotment from a legal department. So again, there are various departments. We'll need engineer cost from the engineering team. So how synchronized the client is and how fast we have given him the checklist. Okay, these are the documents we need. This is the step 1 and this will go up to step 20. These are our responsibility. These are your promoter responsibility, architect responsibility, lawyer responsibility. So if we can bifurcate the responsibility, the process gets reduced.
Yes, so like you mentioned, there is a checklist. We should maintain a checklist kind of a thing, at least that these all documents is what we require at the earliest, so that only then we can give an estimate to the client also कि इतने टाइम में आपको registration हो पाएगा, provided आप मुझे ये सब documents दे दो. क्योंकि what happens usually is they provide us some documents and expect us to continue the registration. But like Mithali also mentioned, there are some mandatory documents which we have to submit, only then we can go ahead. If we are not able to submit those earlier documents, we cannot go ahead, and that creates a bit of a problem. And the client expects us to, move ahead with the registration with some document missing or something like that. Yes, Shashank.
Client always comes कि यार 15 दिन में RERA number चाहिए.
बिल्कुल.
I have a client, वो पैसा दे रहा है. So that is the case.
Yes. And like someone mentioned in the chat also, and you also said कि every registration is a new experience altogether. And how the more number of registration we do, the more number of experience also which we get, and the kind of questions which come, the queries which come, we are able to tackle it.
I'll just share a small recent experience
Yes.
what we had in a RERA registration. We were very confident कि यार इसमें कुछ queries नहीं आएगा. What queries we received was very silly. The project name was Rahmania Apartments. The spelling of apartment 1A was missing. So we got an error on that also.
Oh,
So after doing a thorough check that because of A, I have to change all my declarations. So again, it took time. Secondly, that client was having 2 PAN number. He didn't inform us. he gave us a PAN number which was of AOP. So we also didn't see and we uploaded it and we didn't check the fourth digit. And we received a query from RERA कि भाई you have selected a partnership firm but it is a AOP. And then we inquired with the client. He said कि हाँ second PAN number है अपना ये तो null and void है second वाला बरोबर है. So I'll share that. So it has a fourth digit which is F. So this detailed the RERA authority is looking up and they have a dedicated team, legal, technical, financial. So they are expert in their team. A legal person is expert in his legal, so he knows in and out. So they are checking like 50 projects in a week. So they have that expertise and they are so fast in catching your errors. We are missing it and they are so fast in catching it. So this is the learning what I would like to share.
Yes, yes, definitely. Like in this case, a review kind of mechanism which we keep it in our firm itself while registering the project, like maker checker kind of concept. Then it will be really helpful, for all the professionals also, as well as for the client also, so that these kind of small errors, which it is not something which needs a delayed kind of a thing also, because delay normally happens due to some technical errors only usually, or it happens if there is something very complicated matter which is in place. Otherwise the whole registration process is very smooth. So that is why, so for these small difficulties, if there's a review kind of mechanism, maker checker concept, then I think so it will be helpful for everyone in the firm also and for the client also. Yes, Shashank, anything else you want to add, or I think so we can conclude with the session?
Yeah, last query was there is a deemed registration. RERA law says it should be registration should be given within 30 working days, 30 days. But the 30 days, it is once you resolve all the query. You make an application, you will receive a query from finance. After few days, you will receive one query from legal, then technical. If these queries are open, if the all the three queries, once it is scrutinized by all the three department, then only the resubmit buttons get open. Once you reply to this, again the process start. It moves to desk 2. So desk 1 and desk 2 is the scrutiny stage where they remove all the queries. All your queries are resolved. Then the 30 days time starts. I wanted to just clarify that.
Yes. And one more question was asked that regarding Form 3, if supposing a CA name has to be changed and no NOC has been obtained, what is to be done? So in this is like a professional, ethics which we as a chartered accountant should ensure that, there is no rules as such under the RERA that you have to provide an NOC or anything like that. But under professional guidelines and professional ethics, we definitely should provide an NOC and, to the earlier chartered accountant to ensure that his all dues are cleared and properly the signing off is being done, so that we are not here to capture their their opportunities or their clients, but in whatever way, whatever reason the client wants to switch over, we take the NOC from the previous CA, so that we ensure professional ethics from our side. This is what my say is in this regard. Shashank, do you want to add on this?
No, I agree to this, but most of times what happen, there is a small size promoter. He comes last moment, के सर कर दो, पहले वाले का settle है. So it's an independent call depending
Of course.
upon what kind of Form 3 you're issuing.
Yes, definitely. It depends on case to case, but like for example, if it's a quarterly performance and it's your friend or something or a colleague only which is there, chartered accountant which he had earlier worked in, so it is better as a better practice if you send an NOC, so that a professional ethics is maintained across the whole of our colleagues. So
Yes.
with this, I'll just give a vote of thanks to Mithali once again. Thank you so much for giving a wonderful presentation on the whole login details and giving a whole guidance, whole coverage regarding right again from the scratch till payment details regarding registration. So thank you so much for giving your time.
Yes, thank you.
And with this, I'll also give a vote of thanks to Shashank Jain also, who has answered to almost every kind of questions which were raised by every person in the chat box. And along with that, all the questions which we raised right now also. So thank you so much, Shashank, for always being a part and giving your valuable time.
It's my pleasure.
Yes. And with this, I'd like to formally conclude the session. Just wanted to tell 2-3 important things that, of course, we will share the presentation along with the video on our YouTube channel and on the paid group as well as on the free group also. So everyone can take a look through on the presentation. Any kind of questions which you all still have which are not answered, you all can definitely ask us in the WhatsApp group. Because of course due to time constraint, we might not be able to answer each type of questions. So if there are still certain questions, you can definitely ask us in the WhatsApp group. There are many different experts who will be willing to answer your queries. Sometimes due to unavailability of time, Shashank, Mithali, even Prabhu sir might not be available, but there will be some other people who will be able to guide you and help you out. And if anyone is definitely interested going forward, there are other around 16 to 17 more sessions regarding basic registration course, and there are different topics also which we can cover. So if any one of you all is interested to participate as a presenter, how Mithali has done today, has taken the initiative, I know for a fact it will give her a lot of confidence going forward, and she will definitely present much more, give many more lectures, and it will be like a boost of confidence for her. So if any one of you all is definitely interested, you all can definitely message me on WhatsApp, and we can definitely take it forward. So thank you so much once again, and have a great week ahead. Today is just the start of the week, so all the best to every one of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, participants, for being with us and joining this course and taking active part. Similarly, the presenter who has taken enough pain to present the session today, panelists, and the participants who have made it very interactive. I request you, any questions are there, you can always email to us. My email address is rsprabhu13@gmail.com, and if you want, you can send the message on WhatsApp, which of course is in the description box. Still, you can take out the number 9820106766, and you can reach out to us anytime, and any new topic that you want to have a discussion on Prabhu Se Khas Baat, or the courses physical, or even on Zoom, on any time, on online, we will be very happy to organize that. You can be a presenter, you can be a faculty, you can be organizing part of the organizing committee, you can also learn. All these are open. The purpose is to empower every chartered accountant to enter into new area of practice, new area of profession, so that you are able to build your profession in a better way. Thank you very much.